How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Ethereal Enigma Part 2. Oh, man, it's good to be back into this and good to be exploring it once more. Again, thank you so much to PixelFade for even making such interesting games. And after a little bit of thought, I don't know if I mentioned this at the end of the last episode, but I want to say it again, that so far, for what I'm seeing, it looks like they've got a bit of a blend in styles from Ace Academy and from Crystalline, because like I said, I think I might have said this part at the very least. Like, Ace Academy is all about choices. I really love that. And I really actually liked the dynamic, time-sensitive choices. I thought that was a really cool idea, something I don't see implemented very often, and something I actually really appreciated. And whilst I haven't seen any of that yet, I'm still kind of hoping for it. In the meantime, however, it does seem like the choices that we get to make are a little more impactful so far in Crystalline than in Crystalline, because I know for a fact that there are more things that can happen, and apparently there are even like bad endings or poor endings to plot lines and such. So like obviously it's going to be something to keep me on my toes, but we're jumping right back into the shoes of Protag, and we're going to be going to school, and now we've got this crazy princess we accidentally summoned, which, yes, I confirmed that, yes, her last name's Dawn. That's the same last name as the main character, the main female character in Crystalline. So, like, I don't know, is she just a family member, or is she, like, a descendant from that character? Who knows? But I'm really excited to figure that out if we do. Like, again, it's a good indication that all of the games are technically, like, linked together in some form or another. Sharing same worlds and interactions, so it's almost like it is a marriage between Ace Academy and Crystalline. So that's really exciting to get into. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. But mostly we just have like the random exchange student, which, by the way, uncle and aunt were super go with the flow. Like, I could totally be like, okay, well, we'll give her a place to stay. But, like, if they're normal adults, they're going to look into her and figure out, like, pretty quickly that she's not from Sweden. But I get the feeling, for the sake of plot, because, you know, intelligent, insightful, like, parental figures would make most series and stories like this fall flat pretty quickly. Yeah, so I'm sure they're not going to actually be doing their due diligence, and so who knows what's going to end up happening. But let's jump into it and see what happens next. A sharp knock on my door jerks me out of my sleep. What? There's a pause before another flurry of knocks erupt. What time is it? Who's being so loud this early in the morning? I flip off my blankets and head to the door. It must be Mina. She's always waking me up. Although, she doesn't normally knock and will just barge right in. At least she's finally learned how to be civilized. When I pull open the door, Erilynn stands face to face with me. Her head is held as high as she looks at me. This music feels way too loud again. Like, I feel like... Okay, this is a problem I ran into a lot with Crystalline, which is where, like, these settings, they claim to, like, be where I left them, but I feel like I have to reset them every time. It's probably... Because, like... I barely moved it at all. Like, I put it up and down, put it back where it was, but notice how much difference that made. It was acting like it was up here. So I don't know what the reasoning is for the simulator that they use, and I'm not sure this is something that most people care about, because most people who just play it will just go with it. But when I'm trying to balance audio and like music and everything, and getting everything to kind of sound good, like, this is really important to me. And so it's an odd problem that Crystalline also had. So I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, let's continue on. Sorry about that, but it's just, it's a gripe. It's a gripe I've had before, and like, I'm not very happy to see it again, if I'm honest. But it's if it's going to be the only major problem, that's not a bad one. But it makes me wonder if they not really ever heard feedback from that, or if it's just something that's never been on the priority list to fix. So when I pull open the door, Erilynn stands in front of me face to face. Her head is held high as she looks at me, her arms crossed. I'm guessing she doesn't have any clothes, like new clothes, I mean.
Finally.
What are you doing? Don't you know what time it is?
Yes, it's 8 a.m., which is preposterously late.
I mean, for school, she's got a point. What kind of school starts at, like, I guess maybe that's just a new thing, but I remember like going to school is always like 8 o'clock would be like, I would be horrendously late if I was showing up at 8:30 and he's just waking up at 8 o'clock. I crane my neck and confirm with my clock. Oh crap, I gotta get ready for school. I'm about to shut the door on her when she stops me.
Wait, I've something important to ask you.
Yeah? What is it?
Where is my breakfast?
Right. Did you check downstairs? Normally, Aunt Emiko and Uncle Hajime leave something in the kitchen before they head to the bakery. Did they run out of time today? Did you check the kitchen? Erilynn stares blankly.
Why would I do that?
Right, princess. That's where breakfast is normally kept. She continues to stare, then laughs.
Who knew commoners were so funny? Breakfast is ready for you in your bedroom, of course.
Oh, that does sound lovely, but not in here. This is going to take some getting used to. I don't have time to explain right now. Hold on, let me get ready. We can go get breakfast. Erilynn grudgingly agrees and allows me to close the door for privacy. I get ready in a hurry before meeting her by the stairs. Together we head downstairs and I lead her into the kitchen. Sitting on the table are stacks of Aunt Emiko's tamago sando. I turn to Erilynn, pointing at the sandwiches. Breakfast is served. She side-eyes it suspiciously.
What is it?
They're egg salad sandwiches with ham and lettuce. That sounds okay. I grab one and bite into it. The bread is soft and fluffy and pairs perfectly with the savory egg and salty ham. To be fair, professional bakers making homemade bread, I'm sure you could put almost anything on it and it'll taste great. Try one, they're good. Erilynn doesn't move.
Maybe this is good enough for your kind of people, but it certainly isn't food fit for a princess. Don't you have a dish that's more refined?
How can you possibly be related at all to the glorious, like, nightly dawn from Crystalline? Like, seriously. I hope you're not, but you probably are. I take a too big, exaggerated bite out of the sandwich. Erilynn wrinkles her nose. Nope, my kind of people have only this sort of unrefined food.
I don't think this will sit well with me.
Well, I guess you could just skip breakfast then. Her stomach rumbling begs to differ. Erilynn freezes, then resumes her haughty expression.
But I suppose I can make an exception just this once.
Oh, there it goes. The pride comes crumbling down. She reaches for a sandwich and takes a dainty nibble. Her eyes grow wide as she takes another larger bite. One of the benefits is that she's probably just meeting new food. How is it? Erilynn looks away from me and back down at the sandwich. For some reason, her cheeks are red.
I wouldn't normally choose it, but I don't really have a choice now, do I?
You're going to be the I would rather die than admit fault, aren't you, kind of character. She takes another bite, this one even bigger than the last. You're a bad liar. Erilynn tries to hide how much she likes the sandwich, but it's obvious she's enjoying it. She's already finished half of it in just a few minutes. And yet, you're almost done with it. Erilynn glances down at her hands and seems surprised by how much of the sandwich is left. Her blush deepens.
I was just hungry.
Uh-huh. Mina enters the kitchen just as we're finishing up. She's already dressed in her uniform and she's just as energetic as ever. As soon as she sees me, she skids to a stop.
Do my eyes deceive me? For once, is my cousin ready for school before I am?
Unfortunately for you, you're being sidestepped. So, yeah, I don't know if you're going to take this as a threatening or if you're just going to be happy the fact that we have somebody else in the house. I really can't read the cousin character. I'm not even 100% sure if she's a dateable character or not. I kind of am really hoping not, because we're not going down that route, but it's definitely playing some of the notes. I can be self-sufficient too when I want to be. Mina raises a brow.
I bet Erilynn woke you up this morning, didn't she?
How does she know? Mina glances over at Erilynn and frowns.
Erilynn, you should change into your uniform. We'll have to go soon if we don't want to be late for school.
Oops, I forgot I told everyone Erilynn's an international student, which means that she would theoretically be going to school with us. Erilynn's brows knit in confusion. She looks like she's about to retort, but I can't let her blurt out something contradictory. I have to think of something fast. Actually, there was an issue with her transfer paperwork. She'll be at school later today after that's fixed. In the meantime, she'll stay here, right, Erilynn? I stare hard at her, and she meets my gaze and nods.
Okay, do you need any help?
She's fine. We're gonna go get going before we're late. I usher Mina toward the door.
Okay, jeez. When did you start caring so much about school?
Don't you know I'm studious and I'm gonna make my high school debut. It's critically important that I'm very successful here. Ha 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 ha. What do you mean? I've always cared. I'm not gonna be late. It's not good to be late. Regardless, I let Mina out the door. Just before I leave, I turn back to Erilynn. Don't leave the house. We'll figure something out when I'm back from school. She crosses her arms but nods. It's kind of rude. Like, you think we would have, like, had a conversation last night. I mean, I know I was tired, but, like, that's a critical problem we have now. I catch up with Mina. We walk in silence for a bit. I don't know what to do about Erilynn. I've got to find a way to get her back home, wherever that is, and how did she even end up here? Couldn't really have been because of my wish, could it? No, I've made wishes at shrines every year, and nothing like this has ever happened before. It has to do with that old woman. My first step is to find her and get her to explain all this. I'm so caught up in my thoughts, I don't notice Mina sidle up until she's right next to me.
So, what's the deal with you and this homestay program?
Right. Huh?
You never seemed interested in it before. Why did you and your dad decide to sign up for this?
I wanted to broaden my horizons so I could live with a girl. Oh, fetch. That's super perfect. Honestly, I don't know. It was my dad's idea. Which lie do we say? Honestly, don't know. That's the honest side of it. Broaden horizons, that would be me, real life. But doing it suddenly like this, I would be terrified to do. It was my dad's idea. Kind of believable, but that's a deck of cards that's even worse than the current one we have. I honestly don't know. I think that I don't know. It just seemed like a good idea at the time, which isn't entirely false. It did seem like the fastest and easiest explanation.
So you just signed up on a whim?
Yes. I hesitate, unsure how to answer. Mina sighs.
The saddest part is how I'm not surprised by that at all.
Well, at least it's within character.
Still, it's a little strange that your parents didn't tell my parents, you know?
Yeah, strange. You know how forgetful they could be. They're traveling so much, it's hard for them to keep straight what they did and didn't discuss.
I guess. But this is kind of a big deal, don't you think?
Yes. Yes, it is. I'm glad someone's thinking with a brain. There's no point dwelling on it now. You guys aren't upset, are you? Mina shakes her head.
Of course not. It's your home, too. Honestly, I'm actually really excited to get to know Erilynn. It's gonna be really cool having another girl in the house. And you know how Mom and Dad are. They're probably happy to have another taste tester for Dad's experimental bread flavors.
That sounds awesome and terrifying. Yeah, he comes up with some really strange combinations sometimes. Mina laughs.
I think the word you're looking for is creative.
I don't know. I'm kind of terrified of that in food too. I grin back at her. I'm really thankful to have such an understanding family, and I don't want to burden them all more than I already have. But that's the thing, that's a contradictory. If you have an understanding family, you think you would be motivated to tell them some of the, at least the honesty. Like, sure, they might not believe the whole temple fiasco, but you could be like, look, she doesn't know where she is, she doesn't know how she got here, she needs a little help. Let's just help her out. Like, you think an understanding family would understand, but I also get the fact that he doesn't want to burden them. It's important that I find out how I send Erilynn back home. Realizing the time, Mina and I pick up the pace. There are still a lot of students milling about when we enter the courtyard. Many are chatting with their friends or finishing up any homework they didn't do. Now, an intelligent person would, to keep up the lie and appearances, somehow go to the school and explain that there was some kind of shuffling that went wrong. Because get her in the school, because it's going to get real suspicious if she just sits at home all day. I don't spot Kosei anywhere, though. There's an equally good chance that he's either already in the classroom or even later than we are. Mina and I head up to the front steps and open the heavy door entering the school. The hallways are emptier than I expected. It's a much nicer place than yesterday. It's a much nicer pace than yesterday, and we soon reach the end of the hall. We arrive in class before the instructor. Kosei is already in his seat and waves us over.
Hey guys, what's with the slow start today? I had to go on ahead without you.
Yeah, well, life got complicated. For once, it wasn't me who was the holdup. Mina scoffs.
I was only later than you because I wasted time looking for you. Who would have guessed you'd already be downstairs?
So you're saying it's a bad thing I was up on time?
No, you should be able to wake up on your own.
He really should, but he's young. So then, you are admitting that it's your fault that we're late.
No, it's still your fault.
You can't have it both ways. I shoot Kosei an exasperated look, and he shrugs. Mr. Sato enters the classroom, quieting everyone with a greeting. She instructs us to open... Miss Sato. I said Mr., didn't I? Sorry. Miss Sato enters the classroom. She instructs us to open our textbooks and begins the morning lesson. About halfway through the lesson, the class door cracks open. The instructor pauses while a new student walks in. She hands Miss Sato a letter. Although she's dressed in her school uniform, I distinctly recognize that pale blonde hair. How? How did she do this? How? How did she do this? What? She barely understood what an egg salad sandwich was, and she somehow filled out paperwork and became a transfer student within a couple hours. My heart drops into my stomach like a lead weight when Erilynn turns to face the room. What is she doing here?
Everyone, we have a new transfer student joining our class.
She waits for Erilynn to introduce herself. Instead, she just looks confused at the teacher.
Why don't you say a few words of introduction?
Oh gosh. Erilynn looks like she's trying to remember something, then shrugs. Lifting her head high, she throws her hands on her hip. Oh no, this looks familiar. My eyes widen in horror. I feel like as I'm watching a car wreck about to happen with no way to stop it.
I am Princess Erilynn Dawn, Duchess of Velenor, 3rd heiress of Velden.
It's okay, she's foreign! She's foreign, it's fine. The class is stunned into silence. Feeling Mina's questioning gaze on me, I slink into my seat, hoping to disappear from sight. Finally, Misato laughs.
Oh, it appears we have a drama student. How very fun.
It's very lucky that, just like in a lot of anime, everyone's just very, oh, we'll just go with the flow here. She's cute, it's fine. The class breaks into giggles and everyone relaxes after that comment.
Please take a seat so we can resume the lessons. There's an open one towards the back of the room.
She points to the seat beside me. Without hesitation, Erilynn crosses the room and sits down. What happened to being Erilynn, the international student from Sweden? She shrugs.
These commoner titles are all so trivial. I couldn't care to remember what it was.
You are going to be a pill and a half. Or were you just unable to remember? She scoffs.
As if that would happen.
Right. With a sigh, I decide not to push the issue. It can't get any worse after that introduction anyway. I thought I told you to stay at the house. What are you doing here?
I tried to stay in the house. It wasn't my fault.
Oh no. Maybe that's where our aunt and uncle were. They got it all set up. Before she could say more, Misato clears her throat.
I'm sure we'd all like to welcome Miss Dawn, but class is in session.
We both fall silent. Sorry. I count down the minutes until lunch, my mind burning with questions as Misato continues the class. Now here's the other thing. Are we going to see a traditional, Kosei gonna be like, what the heck, man? Why didn't you introduce me? She's so cute. As soon as the lunch break begins, I pull Erilynn aside. Why are you out of the house?
As I already told you, the fault is not with me. I went back into the kitchen to get more of those
She clears her throat.
something more to eat. And your uncle saw me in there. He kept insisting that I was supposed to be in school, even though I told him otherwise. He said something about helping me with my paperwork and then walked me to the school. Do you not have automotive transportation?
Wait, so she knows automotive. Okay, I'm confused. Because if I remember in Crystalline, the transportation they had like crystal trains, but they didn't have cars, right? Am I misremembering that? We tend to walk more than drive. Well, we do, of course, but it's mainly used for long distances. People tend to walk wherever possible, and since we live so close to the school, there's no point in driving. I'm a little surprised she didn't come back with some sort of retort, but also very glad that she didn't. But going back to the original point...
I was getting to it. Your uncle talked to the school and they figured out my transfer and then forced me to dress up in these horrible clothes before sending me here.
I don't know, I think this looks better than the other outfit personally, but that's digression. She fidgets with her outfit. I can't help but notice the way her skirt clings to her and how the few secured buttons strain to remain closed. Fetch, man. You missed a button? You should take a deep breath. No! I get that. Like it sounds like a good advice, but I see what he's trying to say. Well, at least you'll fit better. You'll fit in better now. On the bright side, at least you'll fit in more this way.
I've tried to fit in as much as I can, but the buttons just won't stay.
I love that it went that way anyway. A blush sears my cheeks. That wasn't exactly what I meant. Well, it seems like you're stuck coming to school after all. Mina scoots over to us.
Erilynn, you're here. I thought you weren't coming in until later.
Technically, this is later. Erilynn looks over to me. I guess everything was sorted out faster than anticipated. Mina raises a brow.
If she just had to finish up some paperwork, we could have taken her to the administrative office this morning.
I didn't think she'd be coming to school at all this morning. It doesn't matter anymore. She's here now. Mina nods and flashes Erilynn a smile.
Next time you need help with something, you can come to me. If you wait on this guy...
She jabs a thumb in my direction.
To figure things out, you'll be waiting forever. And it'll still end up being a complicated mess.
Don't appreciate your tone, but I think you've got a point, so I'm not going to say anything. Erilynn giggles.
Yes, I can already see that.
Well, fine then. You figure this out on your own. She shoots me an unimpressed look, then stands on her feet, looking back to Mina with another smile.
In that case, would you be so kind as to tell me where the restroom is?
Mina perks up.
Of course! It'll be easier if I show you. Come with me.
Thank you.
Mina grins back at the two of them as the two of them head out. As I lean back in my chair, I wonder about this situation. Kosei slides into the newly vacant seat.
You and that new girl were talking for a long time.
I knew this was happening! His tone is almost accusatory. I'm surprised he didn't jump in earlier, but I'm sure it was because he's too busy scooping. Scooping? I'm guessing it's like getting the scoop kind of thing, but it'd probably be better if you said like snooping and eavesdropping.
A long, long time.
Why does it matter? So?
What were you talking about?
Nothing important.
Then why did she choose to talk to you?
You'd have to ask her.
Hey.
Oh! Yes! Hello! Hello! Startled, I glance behind me and see Kira hovering nearby. Kosei's eyes widen like saucers. Hi.
Hey, Kira!
She glances at Kosei.
Oh, hello.
Then she turns back to me. Yes? Yes?
Are you free after school today?
Yes! Yeah, I think so. What's up?
I was hoping we could meet in the courtyard to talk.
Okay. You and me, I wonder what this is about. Wait, why wait when we can do it now? I'm gonna say you and me. This must be a mistake, right? We don't even know each other. Why would she want to talk to me? She patiently waits for me to respond. You want us, you and me, to talk? She nods again. My curiosity is getting the best of me. I can't turn her down. You better not! Yeah, I'll be there.
Great.
As soon as she's done speaking, she leaves and exits the classroom. Kira really is a girl of few words. Kosei slumps hard to his seat. I'm sorry, man. I'm taking a shot right to your pride without doing anything.
Are you kidding me right now? Erilynn and now Kira too?
Kosei's not the only one who's noticed. Feel the eyes of my classmates on me. The shimmer of whispers slowly begins. They must be wondering the same thing as Kosei. The heart wants what the heart wants. I never asked what it does. It's just a coincidence. I'm sure it's nothing. Erilynn sits next to me, so it makes sense that she'd talk to her desk buddy.
And what about Kira? Exactly. There's no explanation.
He flops up to the floor.
This is it. I'm dead.
You've served your time well, soldier. Kosei, get up, dude. You're embarrassing both of us.
Nope. Can't. Too dead. This is my life now.
Oh yeah, just give up at the first sight of trouble, huh? I don't notice the girl's return until Mina calmly steps over Kosei.
Is Kosei having a crisis again?
It seems like it.
Why is the world so cruel? How come my best friend gets all the girls and I can't even get one?
Maybe because you have a midlife crisis and curl up into a puddle of a man right in the middle of like anything that's even remotely challenging. Following Mina's lead, Erilynn daintily hops over him. Being ignored a second time seems to spurn something within him. His eyes widen.
Wait a minute. Am I the best friend?
At least you know it now. It makes the sting more, sting less, huh?
And he's the MC?
I mean, call it like you see it. Kosei glances over at me, then laughs.
What am I thinking? Of course not. How could I be relegated to the comic relief?
And the fourth wall breaking.
No, I won't take this lying down.
You're literally lying down. There's a new fire in his eyes as he peels himself off the ground.
I, Kosei Nakahara, am the MC of this story.
Wouldn't that be an interesting story? And I get a legitimate story of like where you're playing a VN and you're going through the motions like normal, but then you actually have like the side character like then become the main character essentially, like where everyone's attention starts focusing on them. They become the hero, all the stuff does, and like you then are like shuttered from like being the main character role to being the side character role and exploring the story from that perspective. Like watching all the girls going for the character next to you and like and then your routes are kind of like maybe seeing what happens or picking up the pieces when people are disappointed. I don't know, that could be an interesting like type of story to explore. I'm sure it's been done before. Maybe not in a visual novel per se, but like maybe even an anime or manga. Like, if you've ever read a story like that, please let me know. Because if that hasn't been done, that's something that should be done. Because it sounds like it'd be an interesting way to explore like some of the narratives that we typically see in these formats.
You hear that, world?
Just then the instructor enters the room.
Hear what, Mr. Nakahara?
Nothing.
Kosei and the rest of us take our seats. I'm glad he was able to work through whatever that was. He looks even more determined than ever. The instructor begins to write on the blackboard.
I hope you all enjoyed your break. Now we'll begin our next lesson.
Okay. The chimes of scene changing. Finally, classes are finished and school's over for the day. I quickly pack up my things and get ready to head out. I'm about to tell Erilynn about my meeting when Mina comes up to me.
Hey, wait up! Aren't we all walking home together?
I can't. Sorry, I've got to go meet somebody. You and Erilynn can head home together.
Oh, okay. Who are you meeting?
Kira. Mina looks more surprised than necessary.
Really? How did that happen?
I don't know. Witchcraft? Apparently that's all I got game-wise. It's a long story. Kosei will tell you about it. I'll meet you at home. She turns to Kosei.
What's he talking about?
Kosei sighs deeply.
Don't even get me started. I've got to get to work.
What's happening? While Mina goes to get Erilynn, I take the opportunity to slip out and head outside. Kira waits for me in the courtyard in front of the school. God, in front of the school at the end of the day? God, people are going to be talking about this one. She looks over and nods when I approach. I nod back, but begin to feel uneasy under her stare. Maybe we should get this over with. What is it you want to talk about? She takes a deep breath.
At the shrine, I saw everything.
Are you serious? Thank you! Finally someone doesn't think I'm crazy! Should have joined it. You idiot. Define everything. Wonder what she actually saw. What do you mean by everything? She hesitates, finding her words.
I saw Erilynn drop out of the sky and land on you.
Oh, well, that about sums it up, actually. Kira taps her chin in thought.
What I can't figure out is that weird thing I saw in the sky.
Wait, what weird thing? She shakes her head.
I don't know. It had weird shapes and seemed to glow. I've never seen it before. And then a moment later, Erilynn fell. Okay, well, that's interesting. Kira, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. Think back to the last night. Did I notice anything in the sky? It was all so sudden. I wonder if that's the ethereal energy the old woman was talking about. She blinks. What's ethereal energy?
Heck if I know. I have no idea. It was something an old lady mentioned. Did you see her? Kira looked at me blankly. She was kind of pushing about making a wish and said something about ethereal energy and that the astral continuum alignment. She shakes her head.
None of that sounds familiar.
I think she's involved in this. The thing in the sky might be something she created or at least something she knows about. I need to go back to the shrine to find her. I wonder if I should ask Kira to join me. She's not really part of this mess, and I don't want to involve her more than necessary, but a part of me is relieved that she knows. Yeah, I am. Would you be willing to go with me? Kira hesitates. I'll need your help describing whatever's in the sky if we do find the old woman. Plus, since you were there last night, you might remember something I missed. After a moment, she nods. Truth be told, I'm glad to have her help. It's easier to carry this secret between two people rather than just one. Let's go back to the shrine tomorrow afternoon and see if she's there.
Sure.
We exchange numbers and finalize the details, then Kira checks the time on her phone.
I have to go now, but I'll meet you tomorrow.
Excellent. Oh, I can breathe. Sure. Thank freaking goodness. We say our goodbyes and I begin to walk back home. When I walk through the door, I hear Erilynn and Mina talking. I hope Erilynn's not saying anything to blow her cover. Her hustling, I kick off my shoes and hurry into the living room. Both girls sit on the couch. Erilynn has a lock of hair in her hands, and Mina compares her own hair beside it. They glance at me as I step in.
Oh, hi, cuz. Welcome back.
Thanks. What are you two up to?
I was just asking Erilynn how she gets her hair so shiny.
It's from the hair mask I use.
Hair mask?
Erilynn nods.
That's right. The one I use is made out of egg yolks and a few drops of lemon juice. I let it sit in my hair for exactly 20 minutes before washing it out with cool water.
Wait a minute. Egg yolks and lemon juice. What is that? It's Eggs Benedict. What's the sauce called? An Eggs Benedict. It's like, but that's what it is. It's like, Oh gosh, what is it called? Oh, I know this. It's like one of my favorite dishes. I should know what it is. Oh. Okay, screw it. I'm cheating. I gotta look it up. Sauce and Hex Benedict. We're looking this up right now. Hollandaise sauce. That's it. Hollandaise sauce. Yes. It's hollandaise sauce. She effectively glouses her hair in hollandaise sauce and makes it shiny. Is that a thing? That's like, what the heck? Mina's eyes pop.
Huh? That actually works?
See for yourself.
Erilynn smiles and she runs her fingers through her hair again. Mina stares, impressed. She wistfully strokes her own hair.
Do you think that would work on mine?
Absolutely. It would work on anyone's hair.
I'm starting to get curious. She shifts on the couch and touches one of Mina's short locks.
Your natural hair is already very healthy and pretty. If we just give it a little touch-up, we can get it to shine even more.
I've never seen Mina get so excited about girly stuff before, but her smile turns radiant.
Aw, that sounds like so much fun. We should have a girls' night sometime so you can show me how to do it.
Why not tonight? Erilynn blinks.
A girls' night?
Yeah.
After a moment, Erilynn matches Mina's smart grin.
That could be fun.
I'm glad they're bonding. Like, I really am. Like, I like he's like, is that beauty product or breakfast? It's like, he's thinking along the same lines, but I am very happy about this. It's nice to see Erilynn and Mina getting closer. I'm sure Erilynn appreciates being able to do something familiar in this world. Sounds like you guys are gonna have a great time. Mina nods.
Yep.
Mina smiles at Erilynn and tilts her head.
Do you use any other beauty products?
Oh yes, my skincare routine is essential.
Erilynn counts on the front of her fingers.
I use a face mask at least 3 times a week. There's also cleanser, moisturizer, toner.
I wonder if I should be taking better care of my skin. I don't feel like I have to, but like, again, maybe that's just like the tropiness, and like, it's probably good to do, like, health-wise, you know? Like, it might sound weird for, like, maybe, I traditionally, maybe even guys would not be considering it, but, I mean, it probably can't hurt, right? Mina's eyes widen.
That sounds so complicated. I had no idea there was so much to do. I just wash my face with soap.
That's important too. What kind of soap?
The same one I used to wash my body?
Erilynn chokes.
What? You can't do that!
Huh? Why?
Because that's how you dry out your face! Body soap and face soap are completely different.
Her horror settles over Mina's face.
It is?
Oh my gosh.
Of course it is! Body soap strips your skin of healthy oils, and your face is so delicate and cute. Please change your habits now before it's too late.
Okay.
My face is cute.
Aw. Mina touches her face, looking surprised.
Very much so.
A touch of pink colors Mina's cheeks as she grins from ear to ear.
That's so nice of you, Erilynn.
I'm only stating the truth. Luckily, I'm here now to teach you everything I know.
I feel a little bit like I'm intruding on the moment. Maybe I should leave you to it. Both of them glance at me, as if remembering I'm still here.
Oh, we're not going to do any of that right now. We're saving it for girls' night.
Erilynn nods. Mina shifts to face me.
In fact, now that you're home, we should visit Kosei at his new job.
Right! The arcade! That does sound fun. Definitely have to go support my bro. I smile back and nod. Good idea. I've been meaning to check out that arcade. Sounds awesome. Mina nods in agreement.
What about you, Erilynn? Do you want to visit Kosei with us?
Erilynn doesn't bat an eye.
What's a Kosei?
Who? He's the guy from our class.
Are you planning on walking there?
Yeah, it's really close by.
Erilynn leans back into the couch.
No, thank you.
Oh, really? Mina blinks.
Oh, okay.
Seriously?
I'm exhausted.
But we only went to school.
Yes, exactly.
She gets to her feet.
I'm going to go have a little lie down. You two have fun.
Okay. She turns around and heads toward the stairs, leaving her things on the floor. Your bag?
Yes. Please see to it.
She waves us off and disappears upstairs. Fun! Mina turns to be confused.
What was that about? It's like she's never had a full day of school before.
I mean, at this point, she probably has, but just like in her own bed. Jet lag?
Oh, that makes sense. Anyway, let's go.
All right, let's get this done. We leave home and head to the arcade. As it turns out, Mina was right. It's close by. Soon we reach a large, modern-looking building. The glass doors are automatic and slide open when we approach. Once inside, we stumble into a halt. Whoa! The arcade's busy. Hey, I remember this arcade! This is absolutely like if it's not the same arcade, it's like the same art at least. Man, it is nice seeing all the classics. Okay, I had a really random thought like a little while ago when I was talking about parents. I didn't say anything about it at the time, but I just had the realization with Mina. No, never mind. That doesn't make any sense. Never mind. I was kind of wondering, like, it got me thinking, what if, like, our character's mom and dad are, like, the main protagonist from from Ace Academy? That'd be really funny. And, like, whoever you ended up with. It'd be really awesome if it somehow, like, saved, like, who you were with and, like, actually ported them in. But, like, I'm guessing that's a bit too much of a coincidence thing. Like, I doubt it's that simply tied together. But anyway. Okay, so the arcade's busy. I hear a whirring of games and people laughing, screens with colorful lights blinking in the background. To the side is a glass case filled with prizes. Bigger and more impressive ones line the wall behind it. A quaint cafe on the other side of the room offers an assortment of drinks and snacks.
Oh my gosh!
Mina shimmers with excitement.
This place is awesome!
Agreed. We gotta check out those games later. For now, where's Kosei? We look around for Kosei, but can't find him anywhere. Spot a guy in a uniform scrubbing the display case and approach him. Excuse me.
Hello. How may I help you?
We're looking for Kosei Nakahara. He was just hired recently. Is he around?
Oh, of course. 1 second.
He walks away, disappearing into the back. We wait a few minutes before seeing Kosei. A pleasant, surprised smile spreads across his face.
Oh, hey! You guys came!
Absolutely.
Of course! We had to take a look at this place for ourselves.
I give the arcade another glance, impressed. Dude, this place is so cool. I can't believe you actually work at an arcade.
I know! I can't believe how lucky I am. Long gone are those dull ramen shop days.
What if he's like he gets to be like the dressed in a costume, the mascot character. Yeah, you're really moving up in the world.
Tell me about it. I love it here.
I worked at Subway in high school.
Does that mean your first day is going well?
It's going great.
That's awesome, Kosei. I'm happy for you.
She tapped her chin and thought.
Although, I'm really curious to see what you do now. Can you show us?
Kosei's face lights up.
I'd love to.
Great!
Cool. Then let's get going.
All right. I'm expecting him to take us to one of the games. Instead, he steers us toward the cafe. Mina blinks.
Huh? Wait a second. I thought you worked with the games.
Wait, he just works at a shop in the game store. He grins.
Nah, the games are cool. But just wait and see.
Mina and I share a glance. I guess we both assumed he worked with the game machines, but technically the cafe is part of the arcade too. We follow him to the kitchen and Mina brightens.
Oh, are you actually cooking? That's awesome!
No, not yet. But this is just as good.
Mina and I exchange another look. Wow, just as good as cooking? Wonder what that is. We weave around the cooking station and chefs, so they ignore us, too focused on their work. The different sweets and savory smells make my mouth water. Finally, Kosei comes to a halt by a large sink. It's filled with the brim with a mountain of bubbles and colorful dishes. An elaborate dishwasher sits beside it.
Behold!
You're a dishwasher / busboy, aren't you?
Isn't it the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your whole life?
Oh, Kosei, you beautiful soul. Wait for it to explain. I don't know what this all teasing about them, like that's over the top, but like it's kind of cute. We wait for something amazing to reveal itself, but it never does. Now I'm really confused. Mina lifts an eyebrow.
What are you talking about?
These porringers, of course!
What's a porringer?
One of these!
I don't even know what that is. Kosei beams and picks up a small bowl with a handle, then dunks it into the soapy water. He starts scrubbing away, perfectly content. We wait for him to tell us this is all a joke and show us what he actually does here, but he simply continues washing. So... I hesitate.
What else do you do here?
Kosei blinks.
What do you mean?
Weren't you doing dishes before?
Yeah?
So, is this exactly the same thing? Kosei's eyes widen.
This isn't the same at all. Like I said, these are porringers.
You know what? Who am I to judge when a man finds happiness in washing dishes? It doesn't seem different, but you know what? Maybe porringers are really just really fun. And, you know, we don't have any place to judge a man for, you know, upping his career in a lateral direction. You know, if he's content and happy, I mean, hey, you know what? Maybe this place gives better perks at the very least, you know? Same job, better perks. Works every way. Hey, maybe this place even gives, like, medical insurance, you know? Who knows? Mina and I blink.
What?
Just look at these ceramic cups.
He picks one up for emphasis.
These saucers. This carafe.
Carafe? Isn't that just a picture?
No, They're completely different.
Okay. He gathers all the dishes and adds them to the sink.
They're so cool. Way better than those dull bowls at the ramen shop.
So you're saying that your problem with the ramen shop was that the dishes were boring? I don't get it, but I'll show him support anyway. Like, I think he has finally lost his mind, and who cares as long as it's happy. Like, the top and bottom are kind of the same. But yeah, I don't get it, but I'll show him support anyway. I really don't understand why Kosei's so thrilled about doing dishes again, but I'll support him anyway. Dude! I join him in the sink, glancing at the array of dirty dishes. You're right, these porringers are beautiful. His face breaks into a genuine grin.
Right? Look at them! Such artistry.
Such durability. I can see why you love watching them. I certainly would too.
I'm glad you understand.
Nina's face pinches.
Are you guys serious?
Ixnay! We try to give her a look. Of course.
Why would we joke about something like this?
She glances between us wide-eyed, then she sighs and shakes her head.
You two are both crazy.
Yes. We watch as Kosei presses a button on the dishwasher. There's a loud dinging noise followed by a kaleidoscope of flashing colors. Okay, that's cool, but why do they need a dishwasher if they have a dishwasher? Like, he's like a dish loader. He's not even a dishwasher. Okay? He grins and puffs out his chest.
Did you guys see that? Now that's impressive.
What is?
The porcelain immaculation sanitizer, of course. This is some industrial-grade, heavy-duty machinery.
Mina is about to speak, but another coworker approaches Kosei carrying a pile of dishes.
Hey, sorry, man. There's more.
No worries. I'm happy to help out.
He takes the pile from him and starts washing. The man smiles.
By the way, great job so far.
Hey, you know what? It's hard to find appreciation. That makes Kosei beam.
Thanks, man. I'm really excited to be here.
Glad to hear it. It's a pretty fun place to work. Have you checked out any of the games yet?
Oh, no, not yet. But I plan to. Do you have a favorite?
The two of them hit it off, chatting animatedly. The worry slowly melts from Mina's face. Her eyes soften and she smiles.
You know what? Never mind. I think I finally understand why he likes it here.
Yeah, me too. It's remarkable how you can be so upbeat doing something so simple as dishes. It's great to see him being accepted so quickly by his coworkers too.
We should probably leave him to his work, though.
Agreed. Yeah. I approach Kosei, tapping him on the shoulder. Hey, we're gonna get out of your hair. Congrats again on the new job.
Okay, cool. Thanks for visiting.
Mina and I leave the kitchen. I don't really want to go home yet, and I can tell Mina doesn't either. While we're here, might as well check out some of these games. Mina brightens at the suggestion.
Good idea. After all, it would be a real shame to come all this way and not even play one game.
Dibs on the next one. Agreed. We wander around the arcade looking for anything that catches our eye. Mina seems interested in an archery game and quickly snaps the bow. She motions for me to grab the second one. What was supposed to be just a quick game turns into many rounds. We lose track of time in the arcade, and when we finally decide to return home, it's already dark out. The walk home is smooth and uneventful. Visiting an arcade really boosted my mood. Mina's in good spirits too. Once we return home, I spot Uncle Hajime in the living room.
Oh, good.
Excuse me. Uncle Hajime, did you close early? He nods.
We sold out earlier than anticipated, so closed up shop. Your aunt is upstairs enjoying her night off.
Nice.
It's good to hear business is doing well. It's more fun at the bakery when it's busy.
I hope you remember that during your shift tomorrow.
Mina freezes. I could tell she forgot she had work, but smoothly recovers with a smile.
Of course I will.
That's my girl.
Uncle Hajime laughs, affectionately ruffling Mina's hair. I look around. Where's Erilynn?
Oh, she's upstairs in her room. She's been holed up in there since dinner. I wonder if she's feeling well.
It's just jet lag, Dad.
Ah, of course. Have you two had dinner yet? I've saved some leftovers just in case.
My stomach rumbles in response, and the two of us sit down to eat. Sounds good. After dinner, I help with the cleanup before going to my room. Cracking open my books, I start to get on my homework. Hope Erilynn knows to do homework. I stifle a yawn as I finish the last question, then get ready for bed. As I gratefully slip into bed, I fall into a quick and easy sleep. Actually, that brings another question. Hang on. So tomorrow we're supposed to go and meet meet with Kira to go to the shrine. But if Mina is going to work, where's Erilynn gonna go? Is she gonna come with us to the shrine, maybe? I wake up feeling alert and refreshed. I got to sleep a little bit more than usual, and it has made all the difference. After getting ready to finishing breakfast, Mina and I head to the bakery. It's a beautiful day, so we walk to work as fast and smooth. Oh, gotcha. It's like a Saturday. Where's Erilynn? Have we just forgotten that she's here? Hope my shift ends on time. I haven't forgotten that I'm meeting Kira at the shrine afterward. Once we arrive, Mina and I throw on our aprons. Sunlight filters in through the bakery's windows, highlighting the display cases filled with sweet treats. The fresh scent of bread and sugar mingles in the air, giving the place a warm and homey feeling. Aunt Emiko finishes up the transaction with the customers before ushering us over.
I'm so glad you're both here.
She pulls Mina to the cash register.
Sweetie, can you please take over the register?
Man, these look delicious. Mina nods and helps the next person in line. Aunt Emiko hands me a tray.
Here is the latest batch of bread. Can you put them out on display for me, honey?
Absolutely. Of course, Aunt Emiko.
Thank you, dear. If you need me, I'll be in the back with your uncle working on a catering order.
As she disappears into the kitchen, I set to work. The store is bustling with hungry customers all morning. The bread flies off the shelves faster than I can restock it. Eventually, the rush dies down, and the last customer leaves. Mina lets out a deep breath and sits on one of the tables. Oh, that's a cute outfit.
Finally slowing down.
What is it supposed to say? Love, kawaii, am, friend, fam? What? I don't know. It's cute, but I don't get it. Yeah, that last rush was crazy. She slumps against the table looking exhausted.
I just want one moment to myself.
The bell dings above the door. I look over and see a young man enter the shop. He looks slightly older than us. Maybe he's a high school senior. Mina's eyes widen. Her back straightens upright. I stifle a laugh. I thought you said you wanted a moment of rest to do nothing. Her cheeks flush.
Shush!
The boy stuffs his hands into his pockets and as he checks out the display case. Mina lets out a soft, almost dreamy sigh. Come on, go. Talk to him. I gently nudge her with my elbow. She jerks, snapping out of her trance.
Huh? What?
You're just standing there. Go on, take his order.
That's what I was gonna do.
She hurries off to the cash register. The boy glances at her and her cheeks redden.
Hi there. Can I help you?
He flashes her an easy smile, which makes Mina flush even brighter.
I've never been to this place before.
Attractive.
Can you tell me about your hot cross bun options?
His name is Attractive Senpai, and he wants to know about hot cross buns. What the fetch is this? Oh no.
Oh, of course.
She clears her throat.
As you can see, you have some hot buns.
The boy blinks.
What?
She sputters.
Wait, I mean, your buns are fresh. Not your buns, my buns. Wait, no, mine, like mine from the store.
It's amazing watching a sun collapse into a black hole. That's exactly what we're witnessing here today. Concern settles over his face.
On second thought, maybe something else. Do you have any bread rolls?
Mina nods. Yes, role play is very important here at the bakery.
Alright, that was a bit more of a stretch, creators. Come on, come on.
Role play?
Yes.
Her eyes widen.
Just rolls? I mean bread rolls.
A breathless, strained laugh pops out of him. He looks around for something else to order.
Maybe I'll just go with a slice of pie.
Of course. Do you want a cream pie?
Come on, game! No! This game's too innocent for these kind of jokes. He's really not, but oh my gosh. Mina quickly catches herself and her face turns bright red.
I mean, a cream pie. Like, do you want a slice of a pie that happens to contain cream filling?
The sad thing is it makes it so much worse when you draw attention to it.
Because it's called a cream pie.
She blinks and then nods.
That sounds just fine.
She looks relieved.
No problem. Just 1 second, please.
Mina prepares his order and then disappears into the back. That's strange. The pastries are ready to go. I'm not sure why she's back there. She returns a moment later to ring him up. After he pays, she hands him the bag.
Thanks.
He tries to take it from her, but Mina doesn't let go. She seems lost in a trance, staring into his eyes. He gives the bag a little tug. She snaps out of it.
Oh, sorry. Enjoy your dessert.
He gives her another odd look, then sits at one of the tables. When he's out of earshot, Mina lets out a low groan. She deflates against the counter. Now that one... All these answers are pretty bad. Like, wow, that was pretty bad. Like, I'm kind of gonna be kind of honest here. Like, I feel bad, but there's no sugarcoating this. Water's wet, grass is green, and Mina can't flirt. That was a disaster. Mina huffs and crosses her arms.
Oh, come on. It could have been worse.
I mean, maybe. I don't know, though. Yeah, I don't know about that. Mina gives me a pointed look. Suddenly, she's smirking. Wait, I'm confused. Did that just go really badly? Why do you look so smug? Mina grins and puts her hands on her hips.
Because, dear cousin, I am smoother than you think.
I arch an eyebrow. Did we not just witness the same thing? She lifts up her chin and pins me with a confident stare.
Nope. Because when I was in the back, I wrote my number on the pie and frosting.
Frosting. And if it's a warm pie, will melt. I actually had this happen to me once. Not the frosting part, but like I remember by the way, I just totally noticed the Ace Academy symbol is on her hat. Just totally missed that until now, by the way, so Easter egg there. But I remember I was doing a summer job between I did a little travel before I went to college, and between getting back from the travel and going to school, I did some stuff to raise some money. While I was looking for a job, I took a temp job where we would survey farmer fields. It was an interesting job. We pretty much got paid to drive around. But whilst doing the job, I remember we went to a restaurant and just ordered some food, and I remember I got a slice of apple pie, but I was craving pie, but I was full, so I was like, I'll just order a pie to go. So I ordered a slice of pie, and like the server brings it to me. Like everything was pretty normal that night. The server brings the pie to me. I take it home. I go to the I go home, like not to home. I go to the hotel, and I'm like hanging out, like I stay up for another hour or two, like watching TV or something. And I was just like, okay, now I'm feeling like I can eat the pie. So I open it up, and the server had put her phone number on a piece of paper with her name and saying, "Call me" on it. And it was just like, it was funny because I was like, I was really, really touched. It really made my day. Absolutely didn't do anything about it because I was leaving 2 days later. I was just like, what's the point? I'm like hours away from home. Frankly, I could have done something. I was just a coward, but like, it was really sweet. I really appreciate it. There's no way that girl's ever gonna watch this video or even know it was me at the time. But like, if you've ever done that and you've never heard back from a person, like, I doubt you should ever take it personally. Like, it really made my like whole year. It's one of my like favorite memories of that entire like, I don't know, decade. I don't know, the decade's not really over yet, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, that was like one of my top memories. It really made my day. So if you've ever been bold enough to try that, even if it doesn't bear any fruit, like, good on you. You at very least made their day. So like, just keep that in mind. Anyway. She looks over to see he's already eaten half the pie, crumbs sprinkling onto the plate. He takes another big bite. Most of her number has already disappeared. Mina's face pinches in horror.
No!
She reaches out as if she could stop it, but it's too late. The deed has been done.
My number!
Her body slumps over with shame.
World, why?
Hey, Mina, you could just write a note and I could take it to him. I laugh and pat her on the back. It's alright, Mina. Better luck next time. She groans. When the boy's done eating, he waves at us.
Thanks for the pie. It was delicious.
Nina waves back, wearing a strained smile. The ding of the door announces his exit. Once he's out of sight, she hides her face in her hands, crestfallen and defeated. I pat her on the back. There. On the plus side, work's almost over. She perks up.
That's true. And my friend and I have plans tonight.
See? It's not all bad.
Yeah, you're right. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into another cute guy.
Just don't offer him any more cream pies. I can't believe we're saying this. Mina playfully shoves me, but the smiles return to her face. Aunt Emiko pops into the store.
Hey guys, can one of you help us out back here with the dishes?
Of course. I turn to Mina and flash her a grin. Mina would love to do the dishes. Her eyes sparkle as her mouth lifts into a smirk.
Oh no, cuz. You can do it since I know how much you love doing dishes.
It's fair. We did do a little monologue about how dishes are awesome. What are you talking about? When did I say that? She hums and taps her chin.
I seem to remember you appreciating the artistry of cups and the durability of bowls.
Wait a minute. That's not the same thing. I was being a supportive friend. She flashes me a grin.
As a matter of fact, since you appreciate them so much, you can do all of them.
What? Aunt Emiko beams.
Perfect. We appreciate the help.
Dang it. This is what I get for hyping up a friend in need. I shake my head. Oh, there's no use complaining about it. I'll be there in a sec, Aunt Emiko. She nods, then faces me in a smug grin.
Don't think you're off the hook, Missy. We need help with that big catering order, so in you come too.
Aw, okay.
The two of them disappear back into the kitchen. I pull out my phone and text Kira, letting her know I have to work late. My phone dings with a reply. Kira agrees to push back our meeting time. Well, that's a relief. Once I'm in the kitchen, I roll up my sleeves and get to work. There's not a lot to do, but having an aunt and uncle who take my mistakes, who talk to make it go faster. The rest of the work day goes by smoothly. When we're finally done, Mina and I hurry home. I'm running late by the time we arrive at the house. The first thing I do is claim the shower. There are worse things to smell like than a freshly baked bread, but I don't need to make people hungry whenever I walk past. After getting dressed, I'm ready to meet Kira at the shrine. And I think that's where we're going to end for today. Ah, man. What a lovely, lovely adventure this one is. Ah, so good. I'm very excited to be able to continue this one at all. But my gosh, the jokes. The jokes. Like, it feels so wholesome and, like, family-friendly, dare I say. But then it goes into that nonsense. It's just like, okay, what audience are we really going for here? But it's fine. It's still, I think it still qualifies as young adult, but it's on the line. But I love it. It's so much fun. Yeah, I'm really glad I decided to do this series. It's been a while. Like, I was waiting for it. I didn't want to do it until all of it came out. And then I kind of, frankly, I forgot about it for a little bit, but I'm really glad that I found it again. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying this nearly as much as I am. I hope that it's something that you've enjoyed, and hopefully it's something you've enjoyed yourself. Remember, if you like this series, like, I highly encourage you, support developers, support people who are making games like this. Go out and buy it. They've got it on Steam, and they might even have it on other platforms too, but you have to check their main site, PixelFade, again. But yeah, I've also got a link in the description of this video. Like, go get yourself a copy. Support developers like this. Play through the game yourself. Explore and find all its mysteries, and then come and see what I end up going through and the mistakes that I make. Maybe you'll find some interesting little hidden gems, and mostly you can just respond to what I do. But if you're not going to do that, at least keep in mind that we want to make sure that people are supported to make content like this. We don't want to make them feel unappreciated. So please, please, please make sure to show them love and support, and make sure that they know how much you've enjoyed what you've been doing. And even giving good constructive feedback can be a really important part of helping developers make games like this more often. So I would love to be able to tell them about, like, if I'm going to change the audio settings, if it's going to reset every time, at least let me know that's the case, because it's tough to deal with. But regardless of that, thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much to the patrons who are helping make this content much more accessible and possible. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for all of your input on the games that we play, and I look forward to sharing more and more with you. I've got some interesting types of content coming up in the next few months that'll be just for patrons, so keep your eyes out on that. But thank you for those of you who aren't patrons, who are just supporting the channel by being here, subscribing, commenting, liking. All those things are such a big part of making a channel successful. And frankly, if there were 5 of you, I'd still make content and consider it a success. And the fact that we have grown so much has been such a big part of my like joy of making this content. So thank you so much for being a part of it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope you enjoy yourselves. And until next video watching me up, see me in next. I'll see you there.